Good evening, lacrosse fans. Welcome back inside the track here in Oakville, Ontario, and right here on the JVI Sports Network as we bring you back to the President's Cup here to wrap up day number 4 with game number 4. And it's a big one as it's Jake Elliott and Pat Gregoire with you, and a showdown we've all been waiting for, Patty, as the defending champion Pioneers 4-0 will take on the OSL champions, winners of their last 3, sitting at 3-1 for the Oakville Rock. It's going to be good. Guaranteed.
This one's been circled on the schedule since the schedule dropped. You mentioned the Ontario champs, the host, against the BC champions, but more importantly, the defending champions in the Ladner Pioneers. Oakville, after, let's be honest, laying an egg in the opener, only scoring 4 goals, they've averaged over 14 goals a game.
Teams are at center and set to go. Pioneers and their nasty blacks, the Oakville Rock in their home whites. As the Rock, the home team for this contest. And potentially first place on the line as one more game to go for both these teams. We'll get you the schedule for round robin day 5, the final day of round robin competition. Here's the leading point getter of the tournament, Ryan Lanchbury, as he's got it across the floor quickly. And a duck underneath for Knox, and a stop there for Del Bianco, who starts here for the Pioneers. No surprise there. And in the other end, as you would expect, Nicholas Rose.
2 of the most elite goaltenders, not just in this tournament, but on planet Earth, going toe-to-toe.
Listen to the numbers here for both these goaltenders as we'll watch Tyler Pace come here to hair wires. Benesh will creep away, and with 8 on the shot clock, pressured up here by Adam J. Flip it, hair wires, a bouncer nowhere near the goal. Nick Rose, 3-1, 855 save percentage, and a 5.8 goals against average.
Wow.
Del Bianco is 3-0, 852, and a 6.25. That's ridiculous.
Video game numbers from these two. Speaking of video game numbers, Lanchbury and Q, a combined 50 points between the two.
On a heater for these two is a quick shot and a quick save for Del Bianco. And we're early going here. What do you think, Patty? 8 might win this game? We'll see what we settle in here for. I don't think there's going to be a ton of goal scoring in this game.
I mean, you look at the offenses, you think it could, but the way the D and the goaltending's been, I think 8 should get it done.
Here's Austin Shanks, who had the game winner this morning in a tight affair over Tuscarora. A 5-4 final for Ladner in that one as they rested some bodies, and it almost cost them. You mentioned that opening game for Oakville, just a 5-4 win for Six Nations in that one as they got their second win, did the Rivermen earlier, just prior to this game, over Ganawage, and a much-needed win for the Rivermen. But you go back to that opening game for Oakville, and this could potentially be a matchup of 2 4-0 teams, but not the case. But if Oakville wins this game, then both teams 4-1. Oakville would have the head-to-head matchup. Oakville with Ganawage left on their schedule, and Snake Island for Ladner both coming tomorrow. Benesh cutting through.
Oakville also is get to it in 1 second, the better goals for against differential right now, 25. Ladner has 15.
And that could play a factor as well. But let's see how this one plays out before we go too far down the tiebreaker road. As once again, Callum Jones out of the lineup here for Oakville tonight. And they'll miss his services. I'm not sure Mazuka's in there either here for the Rock. Spencer Bromley is in the Pioneer lineup, and he's got it to Tyler Pace, trying to spin a shot to the goal. Got some smoke on. Here's Lacroix down the pipe. He'll reach for one. Bromley will pick it up, circle inside, and a reset on the shot clock here for the Pioneers. James Ray has had a nice tournament so far to Tyler Pace. Now corner feed as Ray cuts through. It's Lacroix. Back to Pace, handcuffed him a bit. Shanks, who did not play this morning. With a floater shot there and out of play off the shoulder of Rose. Reset the shot clock once again. As the stands filled up here inside the track for this heavyweight tilt. And in fact, Mazuka is in the lineup here for Oakville tonight. Wearing 14 in white and blue. As it's been a steady dose of Pioneer offense to start this one. Pace through the middle. Backhand shot right on. And again, Rose in perfect position. Makes the foot stop. But reset the shot clock once again as changes here for Lacroix for Benesh. Now wide for the Ontario product playing for the BC team. As well as Austin Shanks. Bromley. Benesh. Good stop there for Rose, down on a knee. And then an interference call will keep the defense out here for Oakville, who have to be tired now.
And another change as Phil Caputo comes out to the floor.
Speaking of tired, my voice getting a little tired here today, Pat.
It's a grind for the broadcaster. You especially. What, 3 games today?
This is my 9th in 3 days, yes. Here's Benesh. Scoop it up. Fire over. Shanks over the top. And a good shoulder save for Nick Rose. It looks dialed early. And again, what is this? The 4th, 5th, 30-second reset on the shot clock here in this lone possession.
At least 4.
It's Caputo. Benesh. Backdoor for Ray, and Rose across in time. And finally, Mazuka will pick up a loose ball.
Well, he's gassed. I know he's a freak athlete, but he is absolutely bagged.
That's hard work. And now the message has to be from Matt Sawyer. Use a 30. Andrew Q, who took a nasty chop on the side of his knee last night against Snake Island. Back in there for 42 tonight. Because I'm not sure those navy blue compressions soaked up much of that wooden stick to the side of his knee.
Still surprised we only saw 2 minutes for that.
Now, I'm just watching him run right now, and there's a little hitch in that giddy-up. Hair wires. Up top it comes, Bromley. And now Pace out wide here. Takes a couple on the hands. Pace into the middle. Stop up. Load up. And Rose another save. A rebound chance there for Lacroix turned aside. And here's the captain, Billy Hostrauser, who did not play last night. And you bet your bottom dollar he probably wishes he was in that rough affair against the Muskies last night. As it got pretty testy. As one off the crossbar there for Dan Ladner.
Ladner known more as an inside presence, but he does have a sneakily really nice shot from the outside. Shows off there.
As do Andrew Q, but he'll pass off. Ladner will try his luck, and Del Bianco will find that one out of the glove and launch it up here for Cornwall. Had to reach out for it, and Nick Rose will accept the pass from Del Bianco.
2 of the better passers in the game when it comes to goaltenders as well, where I think
they do it a little different, but they're both very effective.
100%. Nick Rose has mastered the nice little lob.
Ladner underneath. Scores! Found the short side as he slipped under his check and goes right into the top corner past Del Bianco. Opens the scoring here, 1-0 Oakville.
Ladner buzzing around early and often for the Oakville Rock. It's going to be a quick possession here. Lanchbury gets it down low to Ladner. Ladner sees daylight underneath his defender. And this is where he does all his damage. Throws a little twister on the end.
Pretty hard contact there from Claire on his own goaltender as well. As Hammer, Mike Hancock on the PA address here for Oakville games. He's a pro and gets the crowd whipped up here after opening the scoring tonight.
Haven't heard him say Rosie yet, but
might be coming. Lanchbury. What a tournament so far for Lanchbury as he sets up Robinson in tight. Hanare will scoop. And he can really fly up the turf as he'll find Denny McDermott across center. Benesh will come to the ball as Adam J. will extend the pressure, and it's James Ray in front of the Oakville bench as they'll go down the wall into the corner. Shanks. Here's Benesh through the middle. Brings it in as he had his stick checked and then freed it up once again to make the catch. And here comes Oakville in transition with Hostrauser. Jay, move it off. Knox, whips, and way high. As it rebounds for Cornwall, who's got Benesh with one man to beat. And Benesh will pull out and let the offense come on. Lacroix with the nice black compressions, black socks, black shoes. That's what we're looking for here at the Prezi Patty.
Makes him look a lot faster, too.
Doesn't it? Shanks dancing.
Oh.
And one step too many for the Whitby product as he gets called in the crease. So Oakville ball. High shots here early, 8 minutes in, 8-6. It's going to take something special here to get it past Rose or Del Bianco tonight. There's Owen Barker. We'll find a loose ball, and he'll find Jake Doucette. One more for Zach Hairwires out of Loyola. On the inside roll, and he stepped in the crease as well. So Oakville ball once again. There's Andrew Q. Has a look over his shoulder. Sees his teammate in Lanchbury coming on. Robinson into the middle to set a pick. Lanchbury setting up his man. Lanchbury dancing back and forth. Backs away now. Looks in front. And a crease call on Oakville. You can see the message early for both these teams, Patty, is to get to the top of the crease.
You are going to have to score right on top of both these goaltenders when it comes to the outside shot. It is tough to beat them, especially when they get in a groove early.
So earlier today, we mentioned Ladner playing their 2-a-day here on day 4. Get past Tuscarora by a single marker, 5-4. Then the Muskies of Snake Island beat the Miners in a tight one, 7-5. Followed up by a Six Nations Rivermen win over the Mohawks of Ganawagi. 8-6 to 10-9 the final in that one. Another one goal. We've seen great games all day long here after a bit of a wild one on day 3. All these games have been tight so far. Excuse me one more time, and I would expect more of the same here in the final game. Just too important to get sidetracked with the extracurriculars.
Marquee matchup. Everyone expecting a big one, and for good reason.
Lintner tried to go over the shoulder, and some NLL heavyweights in the building here to take this one. And it is packed up top here on the mezzanine, around the boards in both ends, up there in the suite. Dowick doesn't even have his own suite or seat in his own suite. He's standing. As everybody packed in here to the track to watch this one. What a guy. Just, easily could just snap his fingers, and everybody's jumping up to give him a seat, but he's not doing it.
Man of the people.
Andrew Q. And what a facility here in Oakville, built by Jamie Dowick, as a bounce shot from the other Q goes wide and out of play. Probably shouldn't call him the other Q. That's Alex Q. 44. Hairwires. James Ray. No, Caputo. 15 on the clock for Hairwires, looking for an open teammate. Pull it way out high, now drives in. Hairwires on the go, a reaching shot there, got through, but Rose able to stop it. New 30 for Ladner, who have really controlled the offensive possessions here in this first period that has just over 9 minutes to go in it. And they'll space it out once again. Up pick from Ray, a drive wide from Caputo, spin it to Shanks, he'll step in. Power cradle, kick it off. Bromley looking top corner. Rebound chance. Where is it? A crease call on Bromley as Rose kept it out. Numbers here for Oakville. 4-on-3 as in they come with Lanchbury. And they'll decide to work the clock as well, and probably advised after playing a lot of defense in this opening period. Shots just 10-6, but you feel like the ball has been down on the other end for a long time. A nice loose ball from Marley Angus, who comes in 4th in Oakville scoring. It kind of drops off a little bit. You got Lansbury with 26, Q with 24. Dowick comes in with 16, and then down to 12 for Angus. But you look at a team like Six Nations, their leading scorer coming in here today, 6 points was their leading score.
Yeah, Oakville just...
I wouldn't even crack like the top 8, I think, on Oakville. Wraparound attempt here, potentially. Benesh dangling one-handed. Shanks look for the crossbar. And Oakville will come up with possession on a late reset on the 32nd clock.
Just counted, it would be exactly 8.
Well, thank you very much.
Just ahead of Brandon Slade, defender, though, and played only 3 games so far.
Low drive there. Del Bianco's got that one off the stick of Delic. As we had booster juices delivered to the broadcast table here in the game. I could go for a coffee right now, but I'm a little reluctant to ask because I don't want like 6 different coffees to show up and then be up all night on caffeine. So I think we're just going to grind through this one just off the energy alone inside the building for this big matchup. There's Ryan Lanchbury, number 7, into the middle. And out there was Slade as the other 93 almost picked it up for a breakaway, but Barker will secure as we're under 7 to go. So we mentioned the matchups for these two teams tomorrow. We will start the day off at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Mohawks and Miners, and it won't be for the top of the table, but that will be a key game for seeding to make the top 4.
Lots of implications in that one.
Then it's Ladner, Snake Island, and then Six Nations, Tuscarora. Those 2 games mean something to both Snake Island and Six Nations. And then the final, Oakville, Ganawage, as make it 2-0 Rock. As that one gets past Del Bianco. On the 9th shot of the game here for Oakville, they got 2. Ladner so far looking to find the back of the net.
27 points now for Lanchbury, his 10th goal. I heard you and Shanny talk about it this morning, how there's players that don't really need to rip it, grip it and rip it. It's just a nice little push. Lanchbury has that to his game, and that's exactly what he does there. Notices that Delbs is off his post just a little bit and just pushes that ball in the back of the net.
I'll tell you what, John Arlotta and the Georgia Swarm is a chance here for the Rock, potentially. I mean, he's just got to be licking his chops. If this effort and performance at the Prezi carries over into the upcoming NLL season, the Swarm got themselves a beauty in Lanchbury, who took a while to get started in his rookie campaign, started to come on late, but it seemingly has carried over here into the summer season as he led the OSL in scoring during the regular season and now leads the President's Cup here with some really good players at it, and Lanchbury atop them all. Here's Josh Dowlick. 2-man game with Robinson. Couldn't get the pass to him. And check it. It was Danny Lintner inside. There's a bit of a diminutive right side with Robinson, Lintner, Dowlick, and even Lanchbury. Not overly big, but very skilled are the righties.
A lot of athleticism, too.
James Ray will bull his way to the goal. Lost the handle at the last second. And what do we got? Possession call here, Ladner. As Benesh, the only one to know it's black ball.
On that note with Lanchbury last year, just 16 points in 10 games. Obviously was in and out of the lineup. But then the confidence got rolling, and it rolled right into that Ontario Series season. 87 points in the regular season.
Shanks slip it in for Caputo, and it actually made contact with Rose. And what do we got here? First penalty call coming of the evening, as if you were joining us late here on day 4 in the President's Cup. The decision being made to accelerate the plan to go to a 3-man officiating crew for the final 2 days. Well, here on day 4, they said, you know what? Temperature was running pretty hot on day 3. Let's get 3 out on day 4. And it's been that way since this morning and will be that way for the rest of the tournament, as here comes a Ladner man advantage.
Pick your poison. Look at the weapons on the floor right now for Ladner.
Pace at the point, Benesh and Shanks at the shooters. Caputo and Hairwires down below. Around the horn they go. Pace, fake it, flip it. Shanks, take it. Rose will stop it. And the ball will come free for Ryan Benesh and a new 30 to work with. Ladner, kind of feel like has had the edge here in this first period, but they have not got it past Nick Rose. And now, contact on the top of the crease. And we have a Ladner penalty, which will take him off the man advantage. Get the referees for today, Penny?
I don't.
Okay. Fair enough.
Oh, that's Sean Grenier on the floor there. We'll make sure we get him.
I think Jacoby Crossman over there on the far side.
Yes.
Yep. There's Andrew Q with a look. Del Bianco a kick stop. Barker had it and still has it as he'll go in behind his own goal. A lead feed for Pace. Fake it to Beers. Now give it to him, and Beers, he tried to float one to the top corner. That sailed over top of the crossbar.
You knew Beers was going to take a free look at Billy Hostrauser by the bench there.
Those two exchanged a glance, and what a matchup that would be if that transpires a little later this evening. As Lanchbury around a pick. Step back. Barker on the hands, a shovel, a look. Oh, that one bounced right through to Del Bianco. Well, let's quickly. Pace will have to take it off the bounce. Played it well. Here's Nathan Hanare, and Rose will squeeze it closed. Look at the wheels on Nathan Hanare. There's a guy that's been essentially a career senior beer, Pat. Now a President's Cup champion, Team New Zealand with the national program, and that guy just works his tail off on every single shift and has speed to burn. I'm waiting and wondering why Nathan Hanare doesn't get a look at the next level. He's ready. Trust me. Dowek almost found the far side.
He's ready, he's hungry, and I think another great showing here at the President's Cup would go a long way.
Still relatively young for the former Junior Thunder. As Oakville will bring it back in here now with hair wires in the penalty box. 23 seconds to work with for the Oakville power play, trying to make it 3-0. And Del Bianco just enough of that one to keep it out. Q at the point. Dowek right back to him. Down to the crease, and Lintner quick sticked it wide. That looked like it went out of play, but they'll continue on here with 20 on the shot clock. As in the middle, taking some punishment there was Kearney. As now, out of the box comes Clare. Pass almost knocked down. Dowek got it back. Sub shot. And Del Bianco, no rebound available. As Jake Doucette will bring it back the other way with just 2 minutes to go in this opening 20. Here on the final game of day number 4 at the President's Cup. Bromley. Pick and roll. Benesh. Nick Rose there one more time. Just so casual when he makes saves.
Makes it look so easy.
And sometimes it draws the ire of Rock fans, whether it's here in Oakville or in Toronto. It just doesn't look like he's putting in the effort to make those stops. But trust me, he is. He's just always in perfect position.
Not many more goalies in lacrosse that play their angles better than Nick Rose.
Caputo will dash to open space with Hostrauser harassing him. 10 on the shot clock now as Hairwires will take it. He'll send it into the corner for Dylan Lacroix, trying to duck underneath Weir. And then help came, and Lacroix got stood up. And back the other way we go here with Weir. You heard it there from Hammer. 1 minute to go here in the first. Up top for Lanchbury. He's got one of the two for Oakville. Inside, this guy's got the other. Del Bianco steers it out. Mike Mallory will move it ahead here to Matt Beers. Tyler Pace on the fly with Adam Jada Beat just loads into one, and Nick Rose will kick that one into the corner looking for the reset. Heads up play for the Rot goaltender who lets the clock run under 30 before garnering possession here, and now the Rock can call timeout with the shot clock off.
A veteran move from the veteran Nick Rose.
Smart for 66. And Oakville with a good opening 20 here. Shots are 17 apiece, but just 2 goals on the board. They both belong to Oakville as they try and improve their record to 4-1 and try and drop Ladner to 4-1. And Benesh would like a word with one of the officials. You would expect an Oakville Rock player to be involved in that conversation as well, but they're too busy being surrounded by Matt Sawyer and his whiteboard as he tries to draw up a little magic here in the final possession. Who are you giving the look to? Q, Lanchbury, Ladner for this final possession?
I think the ball will start in Q's stick.
It's not what I asked you, Pat Gregoire.
Dan Ladner on the back door.
Okay. Let's see how it all plays out. As Ladner out on the turf, that's good news for you. As Lanchbury will go back to the ball, so you're 50% right so far.
All right.
Here we go. Shot clock off, 25 seconds to play as Barker gets a good lick in on Marley Angus off ball. Chin strap is undone for Angus, and he's going to have to vacate the playing surface, and this is going to be costly. Empty net for Oakville as well. Down to 6 seconds, and now the play almost has to be over because you don't want to send something to the net and turn it over with too much time left. And that was all Owen Barker, who got a good chunk of Angus and knocked his chin strap askew. And no choice for Angus except to leave the playing surface or do his chin strap up immediately. He decided the former. And then it turned into a 5-on-5 with an empty net for Oakville, and they couldn't go to goal.
And everyone trying to have a conversation with the officials right now.
You don't think this game means something? We're at the President's Cup, and a potential first-place showdown is in the mix. 17 apiece, shots on goal. Oakville on goals from Knox and Lanchbury have the 2-0 lead. We'll take a break here from Oakville and be back on the JVI Sports Network for second period action from the President's Cup after this. Welcome back to the Prezi here in Oakville on the JVI Sports Network. Jake Elliott, Pat Gregoire with you. Find me via Twitter at PXP for Sports. Patty is at PGreggy. If you want to join in the fun here at the President's Cup, 2-0 Oakville after 20. Shots are dead even at 17 apiece. And we're set to go for period 2. Pioneers in black, Rock in white, blow the whistle. Let's play some lacrosse. As the Rock will win the opening possession. How's the chat looking, Patty?
A lot of pie emojis.
Okay. Ladner loves their pie ball, no question about it. The defending champs trying to keep their record perfect. Heading into the final day of round-robin competition tomorrow. They got past Tuscarora in nail-biting fashion 5-4 earlier today. Andrew Q, a little quiet in that opening 20 and a pretty quick 30-second clock, if you ask me, Pat. I wasn't even looking for it as it ran down to 0. And that possession over.
I don't think the Rock realized that as well. I know Q's pretty calm, cool, and collected, but...
A bounce shot from Shanks. Pace lost his stick. Adam J with speed, 3-on-2. Got a couple with him, and the bounce shot. A good foot wide of the target there from Szabo. As Ladner has Patrick Szabo, Oakville has Joey, and I don't think they're related. I should probably check, but I'm pretty sure they're not. This is Lanchberry, and a shoulder stop for Del Bianco. We put the winning number at 8 prior to face-off. I think we're right on pace here, Pat. Backhand shot. Dalek got it on target. Took a high check there from Barker and allows Semi-Claire to swoop in, and now here's Carey up the wing. Benesh says slow up. James Ray will bring it on in. Took a hard check. Minto Cup champ James Ray with Six Nations for the Western product, who spent 1 year on the Grand River. Here's Benesh opening up right down the middle, and then last second lost the handle. And here comes Oakville in transition with Burns. Kick it off. There's the save from Del Bianco. And a hard hit from Matt Beers on Lanchberry to finish off the play. A feet high for Andrew Q with time on the shot clock this time around with 20 to go. There's Mazuka running picks for Q and a stick in the lane for Cornwall. Help comes, and Del Bianco will outlet quickly here for Hanare. Nate Hanare one-on-one. Gets around one and then lost the handle. Well, he got rid of it because he was about to step in the crease, and we have an injured player way back in the Pioneer crease. As the training staff out, and we'll hopefully get a look at who is down here. Tough to tell from that angle, Pat. I'm not sure I want to keep looking at it from that angle, to be honest with you. Oh, it's Jeff Cornwall, from what I am told. Lacrosse boss Matty Carrick lets me know. And we'll get a look at maybe the reason why here. Oh, his own player, I think, might have caught him on the way through. And Cornwall gets up very slowly and looking a little woozy as he makes his way back to the bench. Is he dangling an arm there too?
It looks like it, yeah. Oof.
Welcome to the President's Cup, Jeff Cornwall. He'll try and shake that off. And if I know the corn dog like I think I do, he'll be back in this game. And take a shift or two off potentially, as it'll be Oakville ball out of the injury timeout.
Hopefully he's okay for Pioneer's sake, but just for a pure entertainment sake for this tournament. Just a fun player to watch.
Top end talent on the defensive end for Ladner. A cut through the middle for Angus. Ball bounces friendly for Dowick. He'll move it to Lintner, get the return feed. As Dowick sets up Barker. Pass into the middle, and Angus couldn't bring it in with McDermott draped on him. 10 on the shot clock as Q will try and create late. Angus on a crossover shot there. Got in on target as Del Bianco went down for the stop. Mike Mallory. Saskatchewan Rush product to the Calgary Roughneck. Friends off in the winter, teammates here in the summer is Benesh, a Seber. A rebound chance there, and Rose back-to-back stops with the stick. And here is Joey Zabo. As he'll go for a change, as Dowek will wait for support. It comes on in Ladner as he makes sure, and then decides, no, we got too many righties out there. We need a lefty. Into the middle. Kearney, Del Bianco just enough. As he was leaning the wrong way, but recovered in time.
Boy, he's so good at that second reaction. If he reads wrong or makes the save and then has to make another reaction. Oh.
Lanchberry right on, and Del Bianco had a read on that one from the get-go.
Not only does he get the read and the save, picks up the rebound right in his stick, up and out transition.
Ladner, almost 25 minutes into this game, and who would have thought with the firepower they can throw out the gate. Scoreless here against Oakville. Bromley to pace, let it fly. Rose, a pad stop. And Kearney will scoop it up. And here comes Brandon Slade through the middle. Slade can really run. No opportunity here, though, as all the Pioneers are back and waiting.
Just 5 minutes into this period, and both goalies with plus 20 saves.
There's Dowek. And again, no rebound available off the Del Bianco stop, and an outlet quickly through the middle here for Owen Barker. But this time, Oakville retreats quickly. And you're going to have to work for goals here tonight against these two. That is apparent. Austin Shanks wearing number 3 instead of his familiar 33. As Bromley just hit Adam J in the head. Now he's going to, he tried to scoop on the go one-handed and never did get possession, so the shot clock will expire.
2 hands on the stick, kids.
Fundamentals. Q with Mallory giving it up the middle here, and Andrew Q will take that lane, rebound, and Angus overran a loose ball. And here comes Shanks back the other way, who was stuck on defense. As he's gone with new mitts here to start the second period. Had the orange ones on in the first. 14 on the shot clock. Pace over to set a pick. Shanks right on. Big rebound. Pace scores. And that's what it's going to take here tonight. Rose made the original stop, but kicked out a rebound for Tyler Pace, who just got it by.
You said it, both teams are going to have to get their nose dirty to score these goals. We'll see right here. Big pick from Pace. Shanks throws it on net. And Pace keeps going. I think his feet are clear here. No reviews at the Prezi, so it doesn't matter. Even if he did step in, it's a good goal. And Pace continues his scoring ways in this tournament.
Barker will pick up the loose ball off the face-off, as it took 26 minutes and 1 second for Ladner to find the back of the net here in this heavyweight showdown. Oakville still sitting on 2. Here's Mallory into the middle. Ray couldn't pick it up, and he wants to get back on defense to prevent transition.
Nicely done by Zabo. He's not able to pick up the loose ball, but he boxes out his man and lets Billy Hostrauser pick up the loosie. No fast break, but an opportunity for the offense.
Kearney. And Del Bianco, a stick stop. Now he's got a man breaking off the top, and Hanari's going to get another breakaway. Mazuka trying to run him down. And Nick Rose with the shoulder stomp and no rebound available, as you get another taste of the speed of Hanari. Q with McDermott watching him. Got a pick from Kearney. Here's Andrew Q, and a laser beam stop there for Del Bianco as he strided across his crease and just stuck out a shoulder at the last second. Now Caputo. Double team comes. Somebody open. Here's Benesh. He'll feed inside. Hairwire's in traffic, and he's falling down. Scores. Clip it for Hairwires. What a goal.
Hairwires with a couple of gems this tournament. We saw him score a backhanded shovel. This one might be even nicer than that.
Not even looking at the goal when he shoots it.
Soaks 3 checks. Still somehow as the ball goes over the head. Are you kidding me?
That is absolutely ridiculous from Zach Hairwires. Come on now.
Are you not entertained?
2-2, back to square one we go. And Sheldon Burns away with the face-off win. Benesh and Caputo pick up assists on the highlight reel goal from Hairwires. Slade across the top. Fire, scores! The transition man on offense puts Oakville back in front 3-2.
The Swiss Army knife, Brandon Slade, will do a little stay and play, and for good reason. This is why he has the green light. Takes it over top, and Barker kind of gets all tangled up with his man. Slade soaks that hit after the shot. But Slade's such an unsung hero for the Toronto Rock, but I'm sure his teammates are singing his praise after that goal.
Who wants this loose ball? Pace after his man. He'll get called for a push on the back.
This game feels a lot like a heavyweight fight. We've seen first period kind of eyeing each other up, a couple jabs here and there. Now in this second period, we're seeing more haymakers thrown. The fight's starting to open up a little bit.
The fight doctor, Bernie Ferchecco, has it scored 19-19 after 2 rounds of play. Lanchbury from outside. Oh, and he took one south of the border and then takes an extra one from Clare on top of it. And it's a slashing call coming here to 93 in black.
Ouch.
Got his 2 minutes worth there, did Sam Clare. Power play time for Oakville after just regaining the lead. Up to 30 shots on the contest, and I think that's really been a reoccurring trend here for this Oakville Rock offense, Pat. Now have eclipsed 50 shots in each of their last 3 games, and they're well on their way to doing it again here against the Pioneers.
That's the Matt Sawyer way on offense. Volume, volume, volume.
You put it on goal enough times, some are going to sneak through. Ladner, Dowek, Q, Dowek, skip it, quick stick it, and it's on the outside of the net, off the stick of Angus. Bierce won't force the issue. You can see the veteran Matt Beer is a little tight back to the Pioneer bench after 4 days of competition here at the President's Cup. Zach Hairwires had the foam roller out before this one, as did many players, as you got to keep the muscles as loose as you possibly can.
Bad week to be a Theragun, a foam roller.
Or good week, depending.
Yeah.
Funny story that I can't share on
Nope,
air, Pat.
absolutely not.
Ladner low to high. You had to be there. Nick Rose will venture out of his crease here with the shot clock winding down. And from center, Lanchbury to Q with look out! Ooh. As a rocket of a pass from Q to Ladner on the back door, almost connected. They want a reset on the shot clock, and so does Sawyer. He's not going to get it, and Oakville better recover defensively here quickly. If that thing went in, my word, what a pass from Q.
So heads up, and the way he's been shooting the ball, you'd think, green light, let's just rip it as hard as I can. He sees Littner backdoor knocking away.
Benesh a little nonchalant, didn't realize the trail check was coming. Ostrauser will push through center and pull up there as Beers back out for another defensive shift. Lanchbury has a look to his left, a look to his right, walking right in. Now Q around a screen. He's got lanes, and he rips it short side on the power play to make it 4-2.
Little discussion going on between Cornwall
Good
and
to see
Delbianco.
Cornwall back out there.
Yeah, great news indeed. Bad news indeed. If you're on defense and you see any sort of open space for Andrew Q, he'll get it here. Coming through. Oh, that is a beautiful piece of goal scoring. Again, his shot is just so deceptive. The way he winds up, you just have such a difficult time guessing where that shot's going to go as a goalie.
And for him, he doesn't need to shoot it as hard as he possibly can to find back of the net. He's got a heavy enough shot where he can actually take something off it a little bit and pick his spots. And he's done a fine job of that so far here in Oakville this week. Back to a 2-goal lead for the Rock. And Lanchbury looking for more. Near side for Angus, and 10 on the shot clock. Just outside the dotted circle. Into the middle, he'll come over the top, and that hit the butt end of Delbianco as McDermott, pressured from behind, will find Barker in the middle of the floor. Lucky stop there for the Phenom.
Would have loved to be a fly in the crease there during that discussion with Cornwall and Delbianco. Not sure if he was telling him if he wants him to try to roll him back, not give him that top side, because we see what happens when he gets that space.
Pace can't get it to go off the one-on-one dodge. And Oakville will get another possession as we creep under 9 minutes here. 8:20 to go in this second period to wind up day 4 with one more day of round-robin competition to come. We'll run down the standings for you in the third period so you can get an idea of what's on the line on moving day. Top 4 get in. Bottom 3 are going home.
Going to be some quality lacrosse teams not playing on the weekend.
Bromley will start the offense here through Hairwires. He'll come to the near side for James Ray with 8 on the shot clock. Back to Zach Hairwires. Up pick from Benesh. Hairwires late in the clock now. Will try one from a bad angle. And not much happening offensively there for Ladner. Andrew Q, one-on-one. Oh, yeah. Wasn't sure whether he was going to take the opportunity or not. He tried. Shot never made it on target. Works out okay for Oakville as they come back up with the ball. Robinson doing the job as Q will wait for the pick. Gets a good one, but too much on the pack there for Angus. Barker running through. Off the bench comes Benesh. Hairwires back out. Pace, Caputo. Late man is Dylan Lacroix. Pace inside for Lacroix, who was parked on the backside. Ball bounces here for Benesh with 10 on the shot clock. Jay will mark up. Hairwires will pick him off. Pace into the middle. Hairwires pump and a shoulder stop. High into the air the ball will go. And Oakville will gather in here with the captain, Hostrauser. Another quality save for Nick Rose as he has stopped 23 of 22. 25, excuse me. Into the middle for Knox, who opened the scoring here tonight. A bouncing ball, a foot race for it. Mizuka can't come up with it. Carey can. As he doesn't want to force the issue as he's down on a knee. And seemingly playing with a pole vault for a shaft for the defenseman. That thing's got to be borderline. Here's James Ray inside, and he can't get it past Nick Rose. And transition on here for the Rock. Weir will make the turn inside the center line. Give it to Slade. And he'll give off to Lanchbury and make the change, as will Sheldon Burns. Dowick to Q. Andrew Q out wide. Who's open in the middle? Nobody yet. Q, goal line extended. Feeds high to Lanchbury on the tuck, the bounce, and it squeaks through Delbianco and wide of the goal. Henare. Excuse me, Patty.
No worries.
As Tyler Pace in his familiar 68. Waits for the pick. Gets a good one from Caputo. Pace loading. Stops up on a dime. Feeds to Hairwires. He'll crank it, and Rose with another perfect angle to make that stop.
Not a ton of success on those outside shots, I think. And I know it's easier said than done for Ladner, but try to get to the middle of the floor. Get on top of Rose.
Or get some traffic in front and at least shoot around screens. Because if he's seeing it, he's stopping it right now. Knox with 5. Darts into the middle. Step back shot wide. And the shot clock down to 0 here on the Rock. Shots now 33-27 Oakville with the 2-goal lead as we're under 5 to go in period 2. And the final game of day 4 with just one more day of round robin competition to come. As all teams will be in action. And Kahnawake will play twice. Adam J trying to snare this one. Slade following up. He'll fake, he'll drive, gets doubled, still with it back. Oh, what a stop from Del Bianco. Are you kidding me? Clip that on a stretched out pad stop off of Ryan Lanchberry. That's ridiculous.
That's why you call him the Phenom.
Holy cow. Q. And Delbs has another.
It's so awesome to watch these two goalies. And
completely different styles.
Could be playing two different sports for all we know. Like, it is night and day, but both are so effective at stopping that little white ball.
And I would say, like Rose obviously angles, stand-up goaltender. Del Bianco the complete opposite, the reactionary, up-down. And then you got to get a little bit of hybrid in there as well. It's a transition chance here for Burns. He'll give it to the goal scorer, and that's a good idea because Andrew Q's got another. Unselfish from Burns, and Andrew Q deposits it into the back of the net to make it 5-2. I don't know, Patty. I think I'm taking that thing to the cooker if I'm Burns.
Well, that's why Sheldon Burns has been around lacrosse for a long time. He sees, nope, I'm going to give it to one of the hottest sticks in the tournament. And Q doesn't really take that to the net too hard. It's not quite a quick stick, but in and out of his stick before Del Bianco can really get a read.
Slade! An injury back at center for the Pioneers off the faceoff. Del Bianco wanted the whistle, but they're not blowing that down with advantage. And Brandon Slade, with his second of the game, has extended the lead here for the Ontario champions to 4.
I know this is an absolute snipe that goes bar in, but how about Phil Mazuka gets that pass to Slade, and instead of watching it unfold, goes in, sets that hard pick, gives all that space for Slade to score his second goal of the game, and Slade just goes to prove how much of a weapon he is for any team he plays for.
Effective, to say the least, for Brandon Slade, who was playing with a very heavily wrapped left leg. But he's not thinking about that right now. He's got 2 goals here for his Rock, who are now up by 4 with 2:54 to go in the period. Rock trying to go 4-1 and trying to drop Ladner to 4-1.
And the one thing with Slade, I don't know if too many people know this, but Slade, when he played field lacrosse at Brock University, he was a attackman. He's only the second player in Brock University history to have 200-plus points. The only other player, Sean Williams. Pretty good company, if you ask me.
I thought you were going to say ever heard of him, and I was going to say yes. Of course I have.
Is that good?
Yes, it is. Willie was unbelievable. James Ray right on. He's got a kid that's going to be pretty good too, Patty. I don't know if you've heard about that.
Yeah. Might go relatively early in this year's draft, I would imagine.
September 16th, right here from the track in Oakville for the NLL entry draft. Coming up.
Few prospects in this tournament, I think, that have been trying to raise their stock.
Indeed. Oh, look at that hit on Knox. Just buried him right into the turf from Carey. A long feed up for Benesh, and he can't get it past Rose as he's called in the crease. As Alex Cute gets up, jabber into him. Maybe numbers down low here for Oakville on the change. Wenchberry looks, Ladner, it was Robinson down there. Now it's Andrew Q. He'll fire and looking short side, and he had Del Bianco guessing a little bit on that release. As there shouldn't have been a reset there, I don't think. But they will play on. And so I'm just going to look at the monitor here for this. This loose ball battle takes place deep in the corner. And it's Nathan Hanare that comes out of there with it late in the period now.
He's been buzzing tonight. I know he's had a great tournament overall, but just a little extra pep in his step here tonight.
He's real one of those engine guys on the back end. Inspirational. And just the work ethic is off the charts for 23 in black. Doesn't take a shift off ever. Here comes Slade again. Look out, Ladner through the middle. Takes a check and then lost the handle as he tried to shoot the ball. That should be back in on Ladner. They don't call that. This is Carey. And one here for the Pioneers at the end of the period would surely give them a little more belief than they probably have right now. Benesh looking for the 2-for-1. I think that's a little late in the clock, and Oakville doesn't want to pick it up. And now that should be back in on Oakville. And it will be. It's going to be Ladner ball with 33 seconds to go in the period. And this is danger zone. I don't think you can pull Del Bianco. I'm not even sure you want to call timeout here, but you might as well because you didn't in the first.
Can't take it into the locker room.
No, so 3-second differential, but man, down 4, you want to pull your goaltender, but long change and that amount of time, I don't think you can do it.
And with the athletes, I'll take a look here.
Oh,
at
that
save.
Look at that stop.
That was off the foot.
In the air as well. Run that back one more time for me, please. That was just exceptional. Not only does he make the kick save, but the leg is in the air when he contacts this thing. Come on now. Christian, please.
I just pulled my hamstring watching that.
Oh, yeah. With legal pads on top of it, Patty. No comment on that? You're not going down that way.
No.
He's legal.
Hey, he's legal. He proved it. We saw the big red number 3 on those pads. It's legit.
Which is actually crazy because the pads that they want you to wear are actually bigger than the NLL pads that the guys wear in the Pro League. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
All right, Here we go. They'll put Del Bianco back in, 5-on-5 straight up, and about a 2-second differential between game clock and shot clock. 6-2 Oakville trying to steer this period home. Pace. We'll lob it for James Ray. Under 10 we go. Corner feed, hair wires. Looking to set up a pick for Shanks. It's Pace in the slot. Spin, back away, and picked off. And that'll do it for period number 2. And a good second period it was for the home team. The Ontario champions, the hosts, Oakville Rock, will take a 4-goal lead over the BC and defending Prezi champion Ladner Pioneers with 20 minutes to go. 6-2 your score when we return here to Oakville in the President's Cup in 10 minutes time on the JVI Sports Network. One final period remains here on day 4 at the President's Cup. Jake Elliott, Pat Gregoire with you, set for third period action here between Oakville and Ladner. 6-2 Rock after 40. Shots on goal, 37-32 Oakville. Blow the whistle, let's play some lacrosse. And who wants this opening loose ball? Well, Pat, we put the winning number at 8 at the start of the game here.
Yes, we
Oakville
did.
might get there. I'm not sure Ladner will. We shall see. Down 4 here to start the final frame.
I think if there is any team that can mount a 4-goal comeback against this Rock team, it's the guys on the floor wearing black right now.
Pace, and he'll get it started quickly. 32 seconds into the party, and Ladner back within 3. Wow.
That was quick. That was a lot quicker. I mean, that makes the comeback a lot easier when you score like that. Pace.
Got to get that early one, too, right?
And pace is such a problem beating guys underneath. Like, defenders are so afraid to get beat by him that they just openly give up that shot.
Yeah, he's the triple threat, man.
Like, as a defender, he just, the way he can attack you, just put your mind in a pretzel. And clearly right there, just too much thinking by the defender, too much space. Pace takes that shot.
If you back off, he's cranking from the outside. You get too close, he's driving by you. And if you kind of play in the middle, he'll find the open man. Knox denied. And Delbienko will snatch that one at the top of his crease, and outlet here to Cornwall, who went down in this game earlier but is back out there and looking okay. This is Phil Caputo. He's been held quiet here so far, as many of the Pioneers have. Here's pace again, and this time off the shoulder of Rose and stayed out as Shanks will dig up a loose ball. He'll try a sneaky shot. Caputo just missed on the follow-up. And up the floor comes Zabo quickly here with Adam J. Lintner pouring off the bench, but he's a righty on the wrong side. So now Jay will hustle, as will Zabo, as Lanchbury will walk in. Leading point getters, Pat, are you looking it up?
I am.
Lanchbury just missing. Q will pick up 7 on the shot clock, and that pass intended for Lintner gets all the way. Here's Lintner on the crease, and he couldn't handle the feed. What do you got?
Andrew Q, 2 and 1 for 3. Lanchbury, 1 and 2 for 3. And Lintner, 1 and 2 for 3. On the Pioneer side, Tyler Pace with 2 goals.
Bromley will try and get things a little closer here for the Pioneers. As Benesh a little quiet as well for Ladner, and he'll be double teamed and buried. And here we go with a chance for Oakville. Partial breakaway, and Delbienko read him like a book. Just nothing there for Hanser. Casual as ever.
You can't tell if his team's up 7 or down 7.
Caputo and Rose looking behind him. He's got it squeezed between the 7 hole. Good chance there for Phil Caputo, but the lead remains at 3. Schedule for tomorrow, as Lanchbury works in here for Andrew Q. We'll start the morning. Ganawag, will play their 2-a-day tomorrow on the final day of round-robin competition, as Robinson will shovel back and Lanchbury will have to run it down. Mohawks and Miners at 11 a.m. Ladner, Snake Island at 2. Six Nations, Tuscarora at 5. Oakville, Ganawag at 8. And then our seedings will be set. Top 4 are in, bottom 3 are out. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3 on Friday. Bronze and gold medal games on Saturday. Possession Pioneers.
Moving day tomorrow. Lots on the line.
James Ray coming in. I haven't seen his outside shot yet tonight. Shanks. Hairwires. Corkscrew, that was in, but so was Hairwires in the crease.
Ladner trying to get back to getting inside, beating their men underneath, or driving towards the net. Outside of that one outside shot from Pace.
He's the Pioneer captain, not in the lineup here tonight, but he is on the Pioneer bench in a coaching capacity with Ross Frelick and Freddie Klum.
I've seen him pick up the clipboard a couple of times.
A lead feed here for Hanare with 1 to beat, and he'll let the offense come out. Changes in the works for both teams. 4.5 minutes into the third. Pace, who's got the lone goal here in the third period, and his Pioneers within 3. Bromley darts low, flip high for Lacroix, had to take it off the bounce, and now he's pressured up with 3 on the shot clock. And look out up in the Rock Suites. That's Dowick having a chuckle as a bunch of his boys are ducking out of the way. Steve Dietrich was ready to make the stop. As it's amazing to me, the general manager of the Toronto Rock and the GM of the Buffalo Bandits actually work together here in conjunction with the Oakville Rock. And Dietrich and Dowick, as much as Buffalo and Toronto absolutely despise each other, they are the best of friends, those two.
They absolutely are, unless Jamie Dowick doesn't get the pizza after the game.
That goes without saying. Maybe it does. There's been no shortage of wheels around the track here this week. I'll say that. And I'm not sure I'm eating pizza again until Christmas.
Oh, man.
Here's Shanks. Oh, what a stop from Rose. As he was falling down, still got a shoulder on it. 2-on-1 for Oakville. Knox, dip and dunk, and called off in the crease. And that looked very close. We remain 6-3. That could have been a biggie for Knox. But how many crease calls have we had tonight, Pat? Got to be close to double digits now.
Lots and lots.
Shanks one more time. Near side feed for Lacroix. Cutting through is Tyler Pace. And somehow managed to corral that ball and get a chance off. As Mazuka fishing out for the ball. It pops up into the air, and Brandon Slade there for the outlet to Alex Cute. You want to talk about stark comparisons between the Q boys. One's a lefty, one's a righty, one's an O, one's a D, one's got the flow, one doesn't. Here's Ladner. That's going to count. What a setup from Lanchbury, and the finish from Ladner.
These two on the two-man game have been absolutely deadly all tournament long. As Littner gets another goal here. A nice little slip pick to the inside. Beats Claire. And it's in and out of the stick as Littner throws a little bit of a twister on the end of that one.
And tried to high-five somebody on the other side of the glass after that silly. And Oakville will get onto the loose ball after the face-off with Adam J. Been real impressed with Adam J this week as well at the back end for the Rock. He's got an extra gear in his game now. And he's going to look good in black and green come wintertime on the prairies. Dowick will back away. Robinson will work into the middle. Del Bianco will steer a shot into the corner. Kearney will come up with it and gets hammered along the end wall. Keeps the power cradle going. And finds Andrew Q at the point, who loads up a rocket into the top corner. An absolutely blistering shot from Q. Not much Delbs can do with that thing.
No, if you're a goaltender and you see Q start to crank it back like that, it's a sad day, it's a bad day, because there's a good chance that number 42 is going to be ripping twine. And oh my good, even in slow motion, that thing absolutely rips.
Not only has it had a vapor trail coming off it, but that thing is right into the top corner on the short side. And as a goaltender, there's no chance to stop that thing. And biggest lead of the night now for the Rock at 5. And here they come again. a completely different looking team than what we saw on opening night against Six Nations. Chin strap undone for Dowek, and he's got to get off the floor. As Ladner and Lanchbury try to hook up again. And Ladner with a late chance gets pinwheeled to the ground by Matt Beers, and he felt that one. Came with some intent on that hit. And Ladner just now getting back to the change box here. Benesh on the tuck, falling down, shot rolls up Rose, and away with it comes Weir. Slade up there with him. Here's Q on the trail. Might want to get on his hands. Lanchbury now loads one, and that one well wide. As it'll stay in play off the look out. Is that a hard hit on Slade? And I think this is going to be a penalty call on Hanari for interference. And just thankfully the gate closed by Zach Boychuk at the Pioneer bench.
Oh, that could have been ugly.
Scary.
We'll get a look right here. Jumbo balls up.
Man, oh man.
Whew.
That is in a dangerous spot there. You know, you're 2-3 feet away from the boards. And listen, Hanari, like I told you, the kid plays hard and only at one speed, and it's 1,000 miles an hour. Q, right on. Del Bianco soaks that one up. Cornwall will clean it up. Out of the bench comes Shanks. Cornwall pushes ahead. Jeff Cornwall had a shot blocked by Q. Good stick in the lane from Alex Q. Another crack on offense here for the Pioneers. As Jay extends the pressure on Lacroix. He'll try his luck and he'll score. Dylan Lacroix through the 5-hole, and maybe the first shaky one we've seen on Rose since day one. And maybe not even then. That's when Nick Rose will usually stop. But Lacroix with a crafty shot over a screen through the 5-hole it goes.
Lacroix more of a crasher banger, freeing up some space when he gets on the offensive side of the ball.
Well, that's just a perfect shot.
Yeah, through a couple of defenders. Nick Rose upset with himself. Normally he gobbles up everything through the 5-hole.
Well, that's a big goal there for Ladner to get back within 4 here, but still a hill to climb. With 11 to play and down 4 here to Oakville on their home floor.
Just saw the replay again on the stream. Just maybe half, a ball and a half on the left side of Rose's stick. Perfectly placed.
And I should have mentioned shorthanded goal for Lacroix as well. As Lintner couldn't quick stick that one. Doucette will try and break away, but he is checked quickly. As the Rock bail to the bench, Doucette across center with no trouble.
Well, that was the thing I was going to say before he took that shot, is that, of course, Ladner wants to chew up as much clock as possible, but at the same time, being down 4, you're going to take your chances.
Here's Bromley cutting through, got a good look. But a better stop from Nick Rose, and now interference here on Ladner and a quick whistle. Now what do we got? Play on, says the official. Just separating body. Now another whistle to say, yeah, I meant to blow it. Let's keep playing. 3-man officiating crew here, and both referees wanted to blow their whistle, apparently. 20 seconds to go in the power play for Lanchbury and company. As Dowek tried his luck, Del Bianco no trouble. Cornwall a scoop and go. Carey striding through with him. Q on the back check. Cornwall right there, scores. 2 straight from the Pioneers, and they're back within 3. A second shorthanded goal on the same penalty.
Doubling up on the shorties. This time it's Cornwall. And this is vintage Corn Dog. As he gets a piece on that ball, battles out his man, picks up the loose ball, and then kicks it into about 5th gear. Thinks about the pass, and that just makes Q think about going to the other man. And as soon as he sees that, bam, in the back of the net.
I was waiting for the bam, Patty. Thank you. And just so you know, that's about 3rd gear for Cornwall. 5th gear for most human beings. That's 3rd gear.
You're right.
For Jeff Cornwall.
Man, he's fast.
Under half a period to play, and we got ourselves a game here. 8-5 Oakville. This is Robinson. looking for a lane. Barker right with him. Pass across, load it up, and bounce it off of Del Bianco. No reset, excuse me.
It's blocked by Beers.
And that'll be a shot clock violation on Oakville.
Gets down on one knee and just soaks that up.
Benesh back out, and you got to think he's going to play a part in this before this contest comes to a close. Pace will take a cross check. He'll move into the middle. Darts back the other way. Shanks will pop out. The pass came, but he couldn't handle. And here's Hostrauser pushing across center. Benesh on the back check. Here's Billy off of the shoulder of Del Bianco, who made the stop. Big time save there for the Pioneer goalie. Keeps it a 3-goal lead for Oakville. And if that one gets in, I think it's lights out on Ladner. But now they're still alive here with 8:20 to go. Q. Backhander. And Dowek was right through the middle, but the pass was high. And now we got helmets coming off. Bodies going down. Knox and Claire involved. And I think it's Knox that's off to the box. As Claire down on a knee. And a power play here to come for Pieball.
This one's behind the play, so it's a cross check.
No replay coming on this.
Yeah, I didn't think so because it was behind the play. So.
And apparently the DJ has grabbed your playlist off your iPhone, Patty. Jock Jams 89.
Play this before doing my hair, before the broadcast.
Yes. Why wouldn't you? Right in the mirror. Power play here for Ladner. And I don't want to say must score, but they get one here. It's game on. Benesh. Pace. Let it fly. Rose will stop it. Mizuko will dig it up. He'll look up floor, and he's got Slade in open space. And nobody in front of him to come across center. And now it's a 2-on-2. Make it a 3-on-2. Here's the chance, and Knox hit the crossbar. But now numbers here for Ladner. It's Benesh and Pace 2-on-1. Benny bounced it wide. Pace will gather in off the end wall and set up the power play here for the Pioneers. And Benesh, a choice word to himself for missing that one. Hairwire's at the shooter. He'll let it go, and Rose down on a knee. Got an elbow on that thing. He'll lob ahead here for Adam J. Drops it in the bucket. J short-handed. Stopped by Del Bianco.
With authority, he attacks that ball. What a save.
I don't know how he knows where shooters are going before they do. It's crazy. It's not like he's got a book on Adam J on breakaways. Maybe he does. Backhand feed not good from Pace. And a chance here for Hostrauser to pick up and go. He lost a mitt, and not the way he usually does. Here's Slade. Those flippers come off Billy's hands pretty easily.
That's why it just came off.
You wonder if he even needs to wear gloves to play. Lanchbury, late in the penalty time, tried to bounce one for Dowek. Beers missed a loose. It's smacked into the corner, and the Rock will retreat as the penalty time is almost complete here for Knox. Because I think I might have got him and Angus mixed up earlier in the penalty. As Rose will make another confident stop as he does not allow a rebound. Oakville kills it off with 6 to go and remain up 3. That's a big penalty kill right there.
Massive.
Again, Pat, we put 8 as the winning number here tonight. And I still think we're right on schedule. Ouch. A block from Cornwall. A load and a score. Marley Angus makes it 9-5.
Angus, his 13th point of the tournament. We'll get Lanchbury. There's the big block. But Lanchbury stays with it, and Angus from deep.
Bam.
Whew, that is bam in the back of the net. Looks like Del Bianco thought he was going far side, but he just pulls that short side. Angus, no doubt a big part of this offense, more for his crashing and his banging, picking up loose balls, but obviously they're showing that, if he gets a ball in it with some space, you got to get to hands.
I will say, Jamie Dawick has not sat down this entire game, and I think even if there was a chair available, he's probably not using it right now. It's a big game here for his Rock against the defending President's Cup champions, and they have a 4-goal lead as we approach the stretch drive here from the track. 5 to go in this one and day 4. Rink wide. Kick it out to Kearney. Pass was knocked down by McDermott. They still have it. Lanchbury right off the face mask of Del Bianco, who stared it down. Undeterred as he sets his position once again.
Nice loose ball by Knox, too. Couple of black shirts draped all over him. He crashes the net, picks it up.
And Q not getting a lot of playing time here in the third period with this lead as they maybe try and spell 42 a little bit. As a broken stick on the play as Claire lost his weapon as he snapped his shaft in two. Or maybe he didn't. He just dropped it. It's still good. And he'll pick that thing back up as Oakville will get another 30. Josh Dawick. Up pick coming. Out wide here as Dawick will come to the ball. Open is Robinson. A low stop there for Del Bianco. Cornwall went right over his man into the turf. And another reset for Oakville as they pound the boards at the Rock bench. Big reset here for the Rock.
Ladner's defense is just exhausted right now.
15 on the shot clock. Angus was through the middle. Kearney will go to the ball in the corner. You can see it right there, Patty. McDermott didn't even attempt to go after that loose ball. And then Lanchbury whistled down. There's Andrew Q out on the turf as he'll send it to Robinson. Got his feet caught up in the turf. And the shot clock finally expires here on the Rock. And the Pioneers will get it with 3:36 to go and down 4. Keep an eye on 97 in black. How long do you wait before you start pulling the goalie in this situation?
Certainly think about doing it.
Hairwires with a quick step. Scores. Oh, he just lulled his defender to sleep and then slipped under. There is the difference between a fit Zach Hairwires and maybe a Zach Hairwires from a couple of years ago. He did not have that explosive first step to get underneath guys like he just did right there.
He is so light on his feet.
He really is. I mean, he is noticeably quicker and lighter.
And has he scored an ugly goal yet? Everything is an absolute beauty. Dancing in around the crease. I totally agree. He looks like he is in phenomenal shape. And he's ready to go.
Might want to load Zach Hairwires onto your fantasy team for the upcoming NLL season. He could be primed for a big one. 3-goal game once again. 9-6 now. As Shanks turns, feeds Ray, fakes, drives, reaches, and Rose did well enough.
And there's that sneaky athleticism from Rose. Everyone wants to call him a blocker. Oh, he just plays his angles. Well, there he drops to his knees and attacks that ball. Beautiful save from Rose.
And he hasn't played every single second here for the Rock this week, but pretty close. Ball topside with Kearney. He'll give it to Dawick. Just 5 on the shot clock here is a slow possession. And the Rock will just dump and change. I think they think 9 is enough here tonight, and it very well might be with just 2:22 to go. And here goes Del Bianco to the Ladner bench. Extra attacker on, 6-on-5 Pioneers. Not quite yet as Claire and Hairwire's out well early on the line change with 3 officials looking the other way. Shanks on a reacher. That one didn't get through. Empty net here for Oakville. Del Bianco, one of the fastest goalies, will scamper back in. Slade right down in. And maybe an ill-advised take there. Clocked the friend of Oakville as look at that. Hanari just bouncing off of Slade. Then he had it stripped. Bromley had a stick checked right out of his hand. And Hanari gets it back after all of that. Del Bianco to the bench once again.
And normally I'm giving Slade the green light to go, but there you got to think about pulling out.
Up 3, 2 minutes to play. You work at 30, in my opinion. Now it's the Pioneers. A chance to cut it to 2. Pace with the extra pass, and Rose with a flamboyant stick save right there. Ostrauser pressured up. He'll shovel ahead. Slade in no particular hurry to go forward with it, as now they'll play a little keep away. And again, here is where you need the 8-second clear. Because this isn't what you want to watch.
It stinks.
Yeah.
It stinks.
Stinks out loud, as you like to say, Pat. 1 minute to go. And time running out here on the Pioneers. Del Bianco to the bench one more time. Pioneer offense sets up. Bounce pass. Benesh almost picked off by Jay. Here's Tyler Pace. Book it as he rips it into the top corner. And we got a 2-goal game with 41 seconds left.
I love Jay's game this tournament, but that there is where you're not taking a risk to try to pick that ball off. He guesses wrong, and this one ends up in the back of his net. We'll get a look here. One hand on the stick, goes to Benesh.
Yeah, but I don't think that really factored into that pass back across, did it, Pat?
Well, he's out of position.
But that
if he gets a stick out and doesn't get himself out of position, then Benesh isn't able to get that easy pass across.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you, Greggy. Well, big face-off here. Del Bianco still on the Pioneer bench. The ball is loose off the face-off. Jay in there for it, and a quick timeout from Matt Sawyer, and Ladner is hot. But clearly, I believe, in my humble opinion, of course here, Patrick, Adam Jay had possession, and the predetermined timeout was on from Oakville.
100%. He had possession when the timeout was
called.
Watch
it here.
Look.
In the pocket right there. You see it. And timeout Oakville. It doesn't matter.
He still has possession here.
Yeah, it doesn't matter there's 4 Pioneers surrounding him. He clearly had it in the stick. And the timeout was already said, when we get possession, we want timeout. Yep. And they called it.
Yep.
And I get why, you're going to be hot about that. You're going to try and buck for a call there, but it's the right one. And now with 36 seconds to go, Ladner down 2 will have to press here, and Del Bianco will surely remain on the Pioneer bench. What a game. What a day 4 here at the President's Cup. Every single game, all 4 of them have been electric.
Banger after banger after banger.
5-4 Pioneers over Tuscarora this morning. Snake Island tops Edmonton by 2. Six Nations gets past Ganawage by 1. And here we are once again in a 2-goal lacrosse game with the top 2 teams in the tourney and 36 seconds to play. Weir will go backwards. He'll throw it ahead here for Slade to run onto. Bromley right after him. Slade a courageous loose ball. And that should just about do it here for Oakville. Weir will go for a run backwards. Rose will set the pick on Pace. And then Mazuka comes over on Tyler Pace. 3 Pioneers come in on that. All the while, the clock running out of time on the Pioneers. Slade, empty netter for a little salt in the wound. Hat-trick goal for 93.
I thought that
unnecessary. Surely.
Hey, you can grab a hat trick. Why not?
But don't think Ladner won't remember that.
Yeah, Pace comes in, bumps Rose. That's where Mazuka gets after him. Little scrum here. Nothing happening just yet. And as you mentioned, while this is going on, Slade's just chewing up more and more clock. I thought the shot might have been after it expired, but Slade's going to take it. How about this, though? Both teams, 50-plus shots.
53-51. One more face-off, and this thing is over. The Oakville Rock. And now Hanari and Weir at the buzzer are going to go. And Hanare's got the flippers off quickly and takes down Weir in a hurry. Weir gave him a solid two-hander, and Hanare peeled him quickly. And hey, listen, if this is a potential gold medal matchup, sign me up, baby. Wow, what a game. Oakville to 4-1, Ladner to 4-1, and one more day of round robin competition to come. The Rock will have the Mohawks. And here we go with the replay one more time. And that ended pretty quickly. As Ladner will have the Muskies in the second game. Oakville will play the final game. And now these two teams got to shake hands at the end of this, which always makes me a little bit nervous. But when you got Christian Del Bianco leading you down the line, I think cooler heads shall prevail. Just an unbelievable day 4 here at the President's Cup. What a game.
Phenomenal game. It lived up to the hype.
There's your upcoming schedule tomorrow. Rocky Mountain team is the Miners of Edmonton, of course. The Three Nations team is Snake Island. The Can-Am champions are Tuscarora. And, of course, the Ganawagi Mohawks will play Oakville tomorrow night.
And each and every one of those games has some sort of standings implications. And
I'll get the math from our resident accountant, Evan Schemenauer. He'll lay it out for me here after day 4. I'll tweet that out. Give us a follow at PXP for Sports, at Chase the Prezi, at P. Greggy. Players of the game, quickly, Pat, go.
I'm going to go Nick Rose and...
You took too long.
Tyler Pace.
T-Pace. The Denver Pioneer, the Ladner Pioneer. Will get himself a bucket hat courtesy of Bar Down Lax. I don't know if you can get that on over the headband there, maybe. Slade. Oh, Zach Kearney. Bit of a surprise there in my estimation, Pat. Kearney.
1 assist, but a lot of loose balls in the offensive zone. Played a little bit of defense as well.
Well.
Slade would have been a great pick, though, too.
10-7, your final here. As Oakville, after dropping their opening game of the tournament, rattle off 4 in a row. And now have the head-to-head here. So if they both win tomorrow, I'm talking Ladner and Oakville, it'll be Oakville that finishes number 1 with the head-to-head win here over the Pioneers. As that will wrap up an action-packed day number 4 here at the President's Cup. Your final shots on goal, 53-51 Oakville. As they take out the BC and defending champion Ladner Pioneers by 3. Your final score, 10-7. An amazing day here at the President's Cup, and one more of round-robin competition to come as we work our way to Championship Saturday. And you can see it all free of charge right here on YouTube on the JVI Sports Network. For our entire crew here at JVI and Pat Gregoire, I've been Jake Elliott, and for the fastest game on 2 feet, and for the creator, we'll talk to you tomorrow from the President's Cup.
We want to thank our partners for their support of the 2023 President's Cup. Bar Down, Ice River Green Bottle Company, Gatorade, Big Chief Meat Snacks, and the Oakville Pump and Patio. Thank you for your support and helping all the competing teams as they chase the Prezi.